If you sell your motorbike and you don't intend to get another one, are you still a biker? It was a conversation that I had a couple of weeks back with a chap at work that made me think about this. So this chap at work, he had, I think it was a Triumph, I want to say it was a Triumph Triple, it was something like that, and I was talking to him the other day, not seen him in a while, and he told me that he'd sold his bike, which I thought was a shame. Now this guy in my eyes, this guy's a biker. I have no doubt that he will get another bike. So he may be without a bike at the moment, but I still think of him as a biker. And then there's my friend who started on a Bandit. Who makes the Bandit? Suzuki? I think it is. Anyway, my mate and his brother, they both went off and done their tests, started on a pair of Bandits, and at some point my mate, he went and got himself a 1000cc. I don't know what it was, because we never managed to get out on bikes, but he sold his bike a month or two ago. So it makes me wonder, is he still a biker? Now I think he'll get another bike. I'm completely convinced that he will get another bike at some point. So I still see this guy as a biker. And then there's another chap at work who, I don't know, 5 years ago maybe, went and did his test and started on a 1300cc something or other, I don't know what it was, and he rode bikes for many years. I've had many a conversation with him about riding bikes. Now I know he's sold his bike, and I said to him the other day, you can always get another bike in the future, mate. And he was like, nah, I'm done with all that now, I'm done with bikes. And he really is. Not only has he sold his bikes, he's sold all his gear as well. So yeah, is he still a biker? In my eyes, yeah, I don't think he is. I have to be honest, I don't think he is. Maybe we'd call him a former biker. This is just my opinion, of course. None of this really matters. I'm just having a bit of a chat with myself and with you folks. So he sold his bike, sold all his gear. It's not really a biker now, is he? It's a shame. And then there's my two friends who you will have seen in previous video. They each went and did their test last year and got themselves bikes, and they know more about bikes than I do. They are definitely bikers. In fact, they were bikers before they got their bikes, because they are that into bikes. My own opinion is anyone who is currently riding a bike is a biker, and that includes people who are in between bikes. You know, the people who are currently selling a bike, which, let's be honest, many of us have to sell what we've already got in order to get our next bike. So we may be in between bikes. We're still bikers, just temporarily maybe without one. And as for what you ride, well, I don't think it matters, and I've always said that. It doesn't matter what you ride. If you're riding a bike, in my opinion, you're a biker. You don't need to ride a certain bike or a certain power or some monstrosity just to be considered a biker, in my opinion. I mean, my neighbour, I don't know him, but he's got a moped, some sort of moped. Maybe it's a 50, maybe it's a 125, but he's a biker. And I know some people will say, oh, but these people aren't real bikers and these people aren't real bikers. I wonder what a real biker is in these people's opinions. And like I said before, that's the beauty of an opinion. We're all entitled to one, and we don't have to be right, do we? But what is a real biker? if you asked someone who doesn't ride a bike to picture in their mind a real biker, what are they going to picture? Someone on a, I don't know, a Harley style bike, boots, jeans, a leather vest, because of course you'd want to show off your arm tattoos, open face helmet. I mean, just picturing that in my head. I love these bikers. Nothing wrong with them. I can see a Harley style bike, maybe a Harley or maybe a Harley style bike in my future. But I do wonder whether that's what people mean when they talk about real bikers. Nah, mate, nah. For me, if you're riding a bike, you're a biker. Look at the state of this. I've just ridden down a road called Clay Pits. It actually looks like I've ridden through the clay pit. And then there are the people who can't ride bikes anymore. Yes, we've got the people who are in between bikes and the people who've decided to sell up, who, I think if you've sold up and sold all your gear, maybe I think if you was a former biker, because let's be honest, if we hear about people being returning bikers, so if there's such a thing as a returning biker, then I think you can be a former biker. But yes, there are people who, for one reason or another, are no longer able to ride bikes. Maybe they didn't have a choice in having to give up their bike, maybe on medical grounds, for example. I've recently had some comments from someone who used to ride bikes, and she's left a few comments, and she's unable to ride bikes anymore on medical grounds. But I tell you, from the comments, you can tell in her heart and soul that she's still a biker. And maybe that's the exception to everything I've been talking about, is that, you know, maybe you don't ride bikes anymore for one reason or another. But if your heart and soul's still in it, then you're probably still a biker in my eyes. But I tell you who I don't see as a biker, and we've all seen them. I'm not going to stereotype. It would be really easy to stereotype on this one. But we've all seen these people riding bikes and they don't seem to give a damn. These are the people who you'll have some traffic, stationary traffic, and these are the people who filter down the outside of stationary traffic at 30-40 miles an hour. These are the people who typically don't care about their safety, don't care about anyone else's safety, just generally don't give a damn. And yeah, you do normally see them filtering at like 40-50 miles an hour, and in my opinion, these people aren't bikers. These people are just heads on bikes